Alright, what's up, everybody? We are back from Vegas. That was a great trip going out there to see 276. Had a great time. It was insane card, insane atmosphere. International Fight Week. Got also to stay out there for the next fight night, so we got to see RDA versus Fiziev. A little shaky on that card. The card was okay. Main event was amazing. I love that. Kind of going to break down some of the important stuff of 276, and then maybe to talk about the RDA main event a lot, just because there were so many cancellations. But then we'll skip into this card with Ortega and Yair. So Stacy, what did you think about? Let's kick it off with Shug and Pedro. So, what did you think about Shug and Pedro in that fight? Like, how are you feeling? Like, I hated the way it went out. I think, honestly, for Shug's career, like, he needed to either get a finish in that fight, not, like, to knock it out, but he also needed to finish the fight and actually beat somebody. Yeah. Like, that was, like, good. So, I didn't like it for Shug. I also didn't like it for Pedro because I think Pedro was fighting well. What do you think? What did you think about the whole situation?
Yeah, it was weird. A lot of people were saying that Pedro kind of just won an easy way out, but honestly, I think that we just aren't fighting in there. We don't know what happened. All it takes is one little scratch to the cornea. Like, I guess that he had a corneal abrasion.
That's serious.
Exactly.
Like, that's serious.
And that's going to irritate you completely.
Yeah, that's not hearsay from a camp. That is literally what the doctor said. Like, he had a cornea scratch. You cannot see out of that eye when you have that cornea scratch. So, I don't think Pedro's looking for a way out. The
leg kicks were beautiful.
You saw that video. That punch from Shug.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what did it, but he did start acting weird on that eye, and then there was an obvious eye poke after that, which could have scratched the cornea.
Yeah.
But me and you, we were at the fight. Me and you both had it scored 1-0 for Pedro going into round 2.
Based off pressure and leg kicks.
Based off pressure and leg kicks and volume. So, Shug checked a lot of them, but checks don't count. Those still count for Pedro. So
insurance for later.
That's
why I wanted to see what was going to happen. But
exactly, I wish that fight would have played out. I think that was a pretty evenly matched fight for the most part until the eye poke. So
100%.
Disappointing. Moving up, the next really important thing I think that happened for the overall picture of the UFC, I think, was that Pereira and Sean fight.
Yeah.
A knockout definitely set up the rematch with Izzy. Now, granted, it isn't an MMA rematch, but it's a rematch they fought before. I'm super excited for that fight, dude. That fight's going to be a technical... That's
going to be war, yeah.
It's going to be a technical 5-round war, I think.
For the rematch for the ages.
Yeah, seriously. And then, if you want to talk about it anymore, I think it was a pretty good setup. Me and you kind of felt going into it that Sean wasn't at the level of the top middleweights.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a setup fight, but...
It was hilarious for me.
Clean.
Yeah. It was.
I thought it was hilarious in the aspect that Pereira came in as an underdog against a dude that's known for striking. What are you...
Well, it's as simple as this, Chad. Sean Strickland, he was having his fun at the press conference, and he wasn't focused on the dude that was next to him that was ready to knock him out. Whereas Pereira, he didn't even know English, so he's not even paying attention, nothing. He just see these dudes jabbing at each other, and he's just like, whatever.
He's got his eyes on gold.
Exactly.
He's got his eyes on gold.
He was too focused on not what's in front of him, but I'm not even going to say the spotlight. He's not even that type of guy. He wasn't focused.
Yeah. All right, so then let's get to the main event of 276. Well, actually, you want to talk about the Max?
Yeah, let's talk about the Max. That's pivotal. Very pivotal.
Max just got put away for the featherweight belt. And as long as Volk holds it, Max is not going to fight for the featherweight belt again.
It's over.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Volk, I think, is really inching his way to being close to being the best featherweight of all time. I don't know how you feel about that.
And where is he moving?
He's going to move up to lightweight, I think.
That's going to be interesting.
He's going to move up to lightweight, and I honestly think he can beat a lot of those top dudes in lightweight if he can keep his speed and keep his weight. Because, dude, he used to play rugby, and he was like 215.
Yeah, he was huge. Yeah.
I know he can hold his weight, but Yeah, overall, I just think that until somebody beats Max, we're not going to have a contender. I don't know who that's going to be because I don't think Brian or Yair, as we saw recently, can beat Max.
No.
So I don't know who's going to move up and who's going to challenge for that featherweight belt. I think more than just Max being gone, Volk set his stamp, and the disrespect towards Volk does need to stop, even from me, because I picked Max again. It's just like, man, that dude's the best featherweight on the planet. And you picked Volk, so, I mean, I give you props. You learned your lesson the second time. And you're
Yeah,
just like, no,
and I had two first times.
Fighting's different than a lot of other sports, man. Some guys literally just have your number, and I think Volk has Max's number. So
Max is going to be a high elite level gatekeeper to get into Volk. Unfortunately,
he's not even like that's the thing.
Not a gatekeeper, but I'm just saying a person that gets a Volk.
Max just like class, yeah. But like Max has set himself almost. We have to start like calling him something other than a gatekeeper.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's only a gatekeeper to the number one contender spot, and he's just going to stay there because he's still going to dominate every high level guy.
He's going to be like what Tony used to be.
There. Yeah. I can give you that. Who's some of the guys maybe that are coming up in that division that could even beat Max? Or like right now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I feel like not a lot of people right now that are young. I mean, Arnold Allen, is that the next test?
That's probably the next test because, I'm looking at it now. Wait, let's see. We got Max in first, T City
beat
Yair
handily. Teaching.
Josh Emmett.
That was a good fight. You think Josh Emmett could beat Max?
No. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he beat Cater.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like, what dude up in those divisions
Cater
coming up? Cater got tore up. I'm telling you, it's just there's not a lot of
Max,
people.
Is that the fight where Max was showing him how to punch?
Yeah,
right.
That was T.
Oh God!
That was when he was screaming that I'm the best boxer and like looking away and like
just losing his mind.
On a show. Yeah. Losing his mind.
But yeah, like I said, the only people I see, Josh Emmett, Cater, he beat all these people, but these are the only people I see. Arnold Allen.
I see. That's what I'm saying. Arnold Allen is the next dude on the come up. That's young.
Bryce is on the come up. He's in ninth right now.
I don't want to see Bryce fight Max, bro.
He's gonna cook.
Destroy Bryce off.
Giga gonna get cooked.
Giga gonna get Calvin Cater cooked.
Mavsar, Evelev.
All right, it's those two, but there are levels.
Yeah,
this is a good division to show levels in fighting. There's Volk, there's Max.
There's some people on the come up. That I'll give you that, but it's gonna take a little bit to get there.
It's gonna take a little
bit.
Sadiq,
Dan Ige, they only come up.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't think they are on that level though.
No.
Like, could you imagine them fighting Volk?
No. Volk could finish everybody in this weight class.
That's what I'm saying. Finish everybody in that weight class right now. So, props off to Volk. Solidified that. He's climbing my rank, if not already on some people's best featherweights of all time.
Definitely.
So, just congrats to him on that. But the main event, that walkout, man.
Oh,
I think that was the best UFC walkout I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. That was,
what do you think?
Wake up to reality. Like, that was insane.
Wake up to reality, and then
insane.
The Undertaker.
Yeah. Walking out with Jared's ashes.
We're right now.
See? Chad already knew. He was...
Yeah, I was losing my mind. That's the thing that made me lose my voice, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, but
that was insane.
the performance after the walkout.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say this.
What do you think? I'll give you a take first.
Since Izzy's at the top and he's the champion, if that style works, I guess he has to just keep doing it. I mean, he can look for the knockout, but like at that point, it's like somebody just has to beat him. Like, if nobody can beat that style, they can't really, like, complain. That's just the issue. Like, so, like, I mean, like I said, I thought Izzy on the come-up was way better than him as a champion. But I think that Izzy just, it's boring, but he has to keep doing what he has to do to just win and beat these dogs.
All right. I was hoping you'd take that approach. Like, so me, now that I've had, like, what has it been, almost 2 weeks now to reflect on the fight.
Yeah.
Man, Izzy will go to war with somebody. Like, we've seen it happen before, but you have to want to actually take it. If you're going to try to stand there with Izzy, there's no incentive for Izzy to try to knock you out.
Exactly.
he knows that he can beat you by pointing you. And if I was Izzy, I mean, if you're a fighter, you're not going to want to take damage, right?
Right.
So why would I put myself in
The goal is to not take
all
damage.
The fans? The goal is to keep the belt.
Exactly. As long as you can without and retire without brain damage.
Yeah, without brain damage. And when you're fighting a dude like Cannonier, I think Izzy was anticipating that Cannonier would actually be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people should be honestly more backlash towards Cannonier than Izzy because
he was laid back too.
Yeah,
he
was laid back.
Yeah.
It takes literally every fighter. If you talk about like fights that get thrown into the UFC Hall of Fame, it takes two people to make that fight happen. It's not like Izzy just sat there and didn't do anything. He 50-45.
Exactly.
So
you can't put it all on the champ.
The people that are getting mad. The people that are getting mad at Izzy. I agree to one thing. Maybe he should be put down to the co-main.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's not selling a lot more.
Yeah. No.
But I don't care about that. I'm still gonna buy a card if Izzy's on it.
He's just. I think in that case, he's just not getting the pay-per-view buys. He's kind of fucking himself with that. He's not getting cut.
He's still one of the. I'm just saying he's still one of the main draws. I'm just saying if people are really going to start complaining about it, that might be the only fix. But, what do you want him to do? He's going to continue to win. He's going to continue to retain his belt and not try to take a lot of damage I think any sensible human would. Instead of being like, you know what, I might lose my belt tonight. Screw it. I'm going to go and try to knock this dude out. On his way up, he was question mark kicking Brunson and finishing people. Bro, he had proved himself there.
Yeah.
He had proved himself there that he could do it. And so, like I said, I'm done with the people complaining. I didn't like it at first, but I had bought my tickets. A lot of people just sat at home and didn't buy tickets. And I was disappointed in the performance, but I understand the performance. I understand why he does what he does. And like you said, until there's another fighter that can combat that style, why not just do it?
Nothing you can do about it.
Why not just do it? All right, well, I think that's it for all I got to say, unless you got something you want to add on.
I'm good.
Right now.
I'm good. I'm ready to move on.
Sweet. All right, well, I'll let you kick it off for the first fight on this card.
All right. So starting it off, we have Jessica Pine versus Emily Ducote. So I this is a good matchup. Two women. I honestly I'm not too studied on Ducote. I think I've seen her before.
She has this insane. She's an up and comer.
Her debut.
She's a prospect. She's a. I don't know if it's her debut. You can check. Okay. I think she fought and had this insane knockout. It was beautiful. She hit this girl with a 1-2 and then literally head kicked her afterwards and flattened.
I think I remember that. That's why I knew.
Yeah. So this girl has some insane striking and looks for the knockout. I like her. I honestly like her coming in. I'm kind of excited to see her fight, to see how her fighting transitions to the UFC. You know what I say about every fighter coming into the UFC.
Yeah. She could do it. I've learned my lesson against these new wild fighters.
New fighters.
But new fighters. The reason I'm edging Jessica Pina is I don't know. Oh, she's so old, but she beat Loopy, and she beat all these good people. But
it's a test. It's a test because they know that she's a prospect.
Exactly.
And I'm excited to see how her hands. I think I'm going to give it to Emily right now off the hands. This is very subject to change, though.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I don't know very
much. I'm going to give it to Jessica on the ground. So.
Okay, yeah. Jessica could definitely do it. There's no doubt about this. This is a test for Emily coming into the UFC to see really what she's about. So.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm going to take Emily right now for Wednesday, but like I said, it's subject to change.
I feel that.
So are you going to go with Jessica right now, just because you just?
I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'll edge Jessica to make a choice just right now, but this may be a skip and just watch fight for me.
I feel that. Hey, what was that crazy stat we saw about the first fight? Underdogs have won 9 out of last 11 times. I
think it was something like that.
On the first fight?
I think it was something like that.
That was pretty crazy.
Hey, it's been happening. Look, Sadyuka the Storolenko. It's been happening. Yeah.
All of them. It's been happening.
But moving on, we have Dwight, the body snatcher Grant, versus Dustin Stolflitz.
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Me and you are big fans of Dwight Grant, right? I think Dustin can do it here, though. I think Dustin's probably the more conditioned guy. I'm not sure how Dwight Grant. It seems like Dwight Grant, like he comes out and he has that big flurry, and that is capable of knocking a lot of people out. But then once he gets like out of his rhythm, he starts throwing these giant looping shots, and his defense isn't too good. I don't think his wrestling's that good. So I'm gonna take Dustin to weather the storm at first, and then maybe start implementing his jab, some leg kicks, maybe even look for the takedown on Dwight. And I think he can smother Dwight, honestly, and just and get out of there with a decision win. Or he might submit Dwight. I can also see that. But I'm not really sure of a prop on here. I think Dustin's probably either going to win by decision or he submits him on the ground. I don't know if he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chad.
But he gasses.
I like Dustin in this. The reason being, it's a couple of reasons. One, I just think that I actually heard something about Dwight. I heard that like 5 weeks ago he got knocked out. I don't know if it was sparring. Yeah, I think so. And that's not good at all. 5 weeks ago. So just that's a huge red flag for me, one. And I just think that because Stolflitz is just on this little losing skid, I think that he has the style to beat Dwight Grant. All he has to do is lean on him, wear him down, make him tired. Dwight's going to go hard at first, and he's going to lay out punches and kicks, like you said, and just flurries. And he's eventually just going to gas. And I feel like Stolflitz could either submit him.
But he has some good technique in those first few flurries, and then he starts on these giant hooks, and they're just looping. And it's just like if somebody has a good jab and some good boxing, he can just get messed up.
Yeah. Also, I just don't know his grappling. I don't think his ground game is I've never seen him really grapple
And with the gas tank,
exactly.
That's a problem.
Give me Stolflitz by potential submission. I think that Stolflitz can pull
I think he wears him down. I think he breaks him down, like you said. So, all right, we both got Stolflitz. That's the first underdog. I think that line's going to get a lot tighter.
Yeah, especially after people hear that knockout thing I just said.
Yeah, I think that line's definitely going to get tighter. All right, moving on to the next fight. I like this fight. Daun Jun versus Dustin Jacoby.
That's a good fight.
I like this fight. I like Dustin Jacoby. I like June.
They're both good.
Dustin Jacoby, every time I watch him get in the octagon, though, he just looks like he knows how to win fights. He looks like he has very high fight IQ. So for that reason alone, I'm not gonna pull this whole Chinese thing again. I think that June's good. But I'm gonna take Dustin Jacoby just because, like I said,
it's different. He's Korean. So
So that's what I'm saying. I didn't that's what I'm saying. But if he was, I'm not even factoring in. I like him, but I think Dustin Jacoby. There's not a position in the octagon where he doesn't feel or look comfortable.
Yeah.
If you take him down, he's going to get back up. I think he likes dirty boxing in the clinch, and I think he has a very technical stand-up game. So I like Dustin Jacoby here by decision, or potentially on the prop by knockout. But a lot of these Asian fighters are very strong. They have a tough chin. They know how to keep their chin down and tucked, and they don't hold it out. So I like Dustin here by decision.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that Daun was really good. Like you say, he came off a huge knockout, standing elbows his last fight against Kennedy. So, Kennedy's good, but Daun his last two opponents he's faced were some big guys, some tanky guys, and then he drew Sam Alvey. So I think that based off that, I think Jacoby fighting at X Factory MMA, Muay Thai, I think that he's going to keep it standing, and like you said, he just knows how to win the fight. He's going to kick him. He's going to start just grappling him. He's going to throw jabs out there. He's going to throw some body punches. Like, I just think the Hanyak's going to do everything.
He has a very technical
exactly
game where he'll touch.
Give me that by give me Dustin Jacoby possibly with the decision, like you said, possibly a KO. I don't know if he's going to KO Daun, yeah, because Daun is, like you said, those Asian fighters are very tough, and they know how to keep their head like tucked or just take shots and you got to really knock them out if you're trying to knock them out. I like Jacoby here a lot.
All right, we got both Dustin Jacoby potentially by. Might have a Friday prop for you, but him by knockout. I'll have to check all those odds.
I'm actually leaning decision a little bit on it.
That's where I think. I don't think Jacoby's like a very big pressure fighter unless he obviously sees you get stunned on the gate by something. So he's gonna have to land a big shot probably to knock him out, and then follow up. I don't see him like comboing him and then getting like a flash knock.
No, 100%.
All right. All right, I'll let you start this one since there's a lot that kind of goes into this fight.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
So it looks like we got Bill Senior.
The matchup of the cancellations, by the way.
Matchup of the bring that up because I actually don't not too adept on that. But we got Bill Senior Perfecto Algio versus Herbert the Blaze Burns. I don't think Herbert Burns is that good. Honestly, I mean, he has some okay wins in the UFC. It looks like when he first started, he has some like he has a triangle choke on Derek Minner.
Well, we know who his
exactly.
is.
This is Gilbert. So
we know that he has every
he has he has every resource around him to be but we also got to remember he's
at least
34
on the ground.
And he's not Gilbert.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's not. I'm just saying that, to say that Bill better be careful because I'm sure Herbert knows some slick shit on the ground because he trains probably with his brother, who is one of the best BJJ practitioners in the world.
I agree.
So Bill, that's where I would just say Bill has to be careful.
I think Bill is just, to me, I think he has the technique, and I think he has the skill and the IQ to overcome Burns. I mean, I'm not, Bill has his own, it looks like he's training out of his own gym, Algio MMA. So, I mean, I just think he has the IQ to beat him, and like I said, I don't think
I wonder if that's his gym. I bet that's his dad's gym. I bet
it might be.
His dad has
it might. Let me see.
I think his dad probably has a gym.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. It shows him on here, but I guess it might. It probably is. It probably is.
Because just to have an own gym right now with there has to be some
oriented
ties there. Yeah. I like everything you said about his has high IQ to stay away from any dangerous submissions. I don't think Burns has the stand-up game at all to match Bill. He was supposed to fight Billy Quarantillo.
Yeah, Billy Quarantillo.
Last name.
Billy Q.
Billy Q. He has one of the highest outputs of striking in the UFC. I think he's top 10. He throws 7 significant strikes per minute right now. So
who Algio was
they
supposed
know
to fight?
That. No, that's who Algio was supposed to fight. So they know that, and they're thinking okay, this is a good matchup. I don't think Burns is even close to 7 strikes a minute, significant strikes a minute. So they were expecting this to be a war. I also don't like how he's fighting up. Burns is. Burns was scheduled to fight at bantamweight against his opponent, and now he's fighting up at featherweight, I guess just to save the fights and both can get paid. But I don't like that. Any fighter that's fighting up, you see it go with Izzy and Jan. Even though those are 2 champions, you just see the weight class, how it makes a difference. But I'm going to take Bill here, just like you said. He's going to understand how to avoid the stand-up or the submissions, and he has a high IQ to win the fight.
I like it.
So, taking Bill here probably by decision.
Yeah, I'll take Bill.
But he also can knock Burns out. If I do not think.
Yeah, I'm not trying to play MMA math, but give me Bill by decision. Also, just he has all his wins and losses have come off decisions. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. All right, next fight. We have. Oof.
Wait, Chad. I can hear myself. There we go. Okay. Yeah. No, I was like hearing myself.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I had an AirPod issue.
All good. All good.
No big deal. Is your camera good? I can't see you right now. You're frozen.
Well, mine is good. Wait. Sorry, people. But it should pick back up. Let's see if hopefully it picks back up.
Yeah. All right. So this fight. All right, I'll let you start this since you got on me a little bit before the podcast.
So we have Ricky Simone versus Jack Tank Shore. Sorry. This is about to be a good fight. Me and Chad were discussing. I don't know if anybody out there knows, but Chad is a very big Jack Shore supporter.
I'm a diehard Jack Shore fan. From the moment that dude stepped in the UFC, I was like, that dude is a problem, and that dude has what it takes to eventually maybe crack the top 7, top 5. Once you get up to that, it's like, you know, it's hard, and everybody can beat anybody on, I think, any given day, except in featherweight, like we were saying. But Jack Shore, that dude he's a real deal. Real deal.
But I was, we were going back and forth. I was, honestly, for some reason, and I haven't even looked at the odds or anything, but something about Ricky Simone is just telling me something. Like, I like Jack Shore too. I really do. I think he's upcoming talent, but people just don't win. I don't see him winning just endlessly. I don't see him as somebody that can just beat literally like every single person.
No, it's hard to go. It's hard to go. Yeah, it's hard to go undefeated in the UFC.
Exactly.
But like we were talking about last time, I think Timur is the last two you fought. Yeah, I think Timur is better than Ricky Simone. Now, you can say whatever you want about that. I think Timur is also a top 15 guy in that division.
I mean, you could say that, but like I said, Jack only has, like, how many fights in UFC? Like 5? 3?
3, I think. 3 or 4. 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, I'm checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he got 6 fights. Okay. But it's some of these people I just don't know, like Nohaline Hernandez.
Yeah, well, no, Timur was his
Hunter
last.
Azor.
Timur was his last. Yeah, Timur was.
That was his most notable, I would say. Yeah, opponent.
That's what I'm saying. That was his first competition.
And then you got Ricky fighting Marab. He guillotine choked Marab. He Montel Jackson, Hani Yahya, Rob Font, Uriah Faber, Ray Borg, like. Boom.
He's fought a lot of people.
And he's 29.
This is a different type of dude. What is Jack Shore?
Let me see. 27, I think. Wait, let me see. 27.
Okay. They're both young dudes. They're
it's about to be a fight.
Look out for this to be. Look out for this to be fight of the night. Look out 100%. For this to be fight of the night. We're going to see a lot of technical stuff go down in this fight. I'm going to take Jack Shore. And I'm actually going to take Jack Shore by knockout. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you. I think his hands are going to get better. That's the only real improvement that I need to see Jack Shore start putting together combos like to knock people out. And I think that he's going to make a statement and he's going to knock Ricky Simone out maybe around 3. But
very, very confident.
And that's on a limb. That's on a limb right now. I'm still going to think I'm going to take that, but... I like it. I'm feeling a very, very sketchy prop for me.
I feel that. Give me Ricky Simone by finish. Just give me him by finish. I don't know. Ricky has a lot of tools. Ricky has a lot of tools. I don't think Jack Shore is going to take it to decision. I think they're gonna bang it out, and somebody gonna get finished.
That's what I said. That's why I call it a knockout. Yeah, I can agree with that. I see a finish either way here, just because they're gonna scrap.
And they both have the ability to do it. So.
Yep, they both have the ability to do it. All right, I like that. So I got Jack possibly by knockout round 3. If not, I think it's going to be a war and go to decision. You're just taking Ricky by any way, finishing the fight. You don't know when. Oh, I like it. Actually, I hate it, but I can respect.
Come on, we gotta be a little different sometimes.
All right, this one, I want to honestly get your opinion because you really don't like this guy. You've told me you don't like betting on this guy. We got Puna Hele Soriano versus Dolce. Lingambula?
Yeah, that was good.
Maybe?
Lingambula.
Yeah, I think. Lingambula. So, you don't like Soriano a lot. You've told me that you really don't like betting on him a lot. You feel like he's always too favorited.
I wonder what he is.
And I kind of want to get your opinion on this. He's minus like 250 right now. Last time I checked. He's already said it's too much. But I think but for me, I think this is a really good matchup for him. I don't think Dolce has the power, but if you're gonna bang Puna, he has a lot of technical power, bro. He will stick you. And if you're not durable, like I don't think Dolce is, I think I'm liking Puna here by knockout. I'm not. That's just honestly my opinion. I think it's a good matchup for him. He doesn't do well against a lot of durable technical strikers, but he does well if you want to bang with him, and he has the defense. I love his guard. I love the shots that he throws. I feel like he throws enough power to knock you out, and I don't think Dolce has a chin for him.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know how much he would want to bang with Dolce, but I think that.
Well, I mean, I don't see him wrestling. He's not really a wrestler.
That's it.
So, but Dolce can catch him, and that's why I was wanting your opinion on it, is that, like, you don't like these odds. I think you already said that it's too much because you know he can get clipped.
I'm going to go against my... I think I'm going to stick with the under on this. What is it, 1.5? It might go over 1.5, but I think it's going to go under 2.5. That's my ultimate. Yeah. I just don't think that.
I would maybe just say.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick fight doesn't go the distance. Yeah. I just don't think that Punahale is worth minus 225, and he could easily get. Yeah.
Oh, he dropped.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, I'm starting to like that even more.
He could. Honestly. My issue is he could just get caught by Dolce. And do I think Dolce is some like good fighter? No, I don't. But I just know he has power, and that's all it takes sometimes is enough power and somebody to bang. That's all it takes.
It's a big equalizer.
Give me the doesn't go the distance. So, I think I'm going to take that on this fight.
Yeah, that I think is probably the best, safest bet that you can make on this fight is that it does not go the distance. So that is the last of the prelims. Heading over to the main. Who we got to start the main? Lauren.
Yep, we got Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Tate. They got moved to this card.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead with this?
Alright, so we got Lucky Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Cupcake Tate. I made a mistake and threw 100 on Miesha in her last fight. I'll tell everybody that. Against Ketlin, and that pissed me off. But I think Miesha's winning this fight. I think Miesha has.
I don't think Lauren has it anymore.
I think Lauren. I like Lauren. She fought Valentina, but she's fighting she's beating these people that should be beat by her. And do I think that she's going to leave the UFC if she gets beat here? No, I don't. But
I think we have a potential.
You think so? I mean, she could. She's 38. I mean, she had a good career. I think that. Yeah, she could potentially retire, but I don't think she should. I mean, she's doing good. The only person she lost to is Valentina recently, so.
From everything I hear from Miesha, it's like she's a mom now, and it's like she wants to make that next.
Yeah, fight. Miesha is excited again.
And I know she lost to Ketlin, but I think honestly, Ketlin's good. I mean, she's okay for that.
Yeah, Ketlin can do it. Didn't she upset her last fight too? Yeah, Holly against Holly. Yeah, She can do it. She knows she does what she needs to do. Give me Cupcake.
So, but I'm gonna take Misha. Yeah, I'm gonna take Misha as well. Like, I just think that she has more of a drive right now. I think Misha probably doesn't know. Really, she kind of has that dumb confidence of maybe I could be the champion because I haven't fought Valentina. And like in a while, have they fought before?
Misha and Valentina? I don't know.
Misha and Valentina. They haven't. So yeah, she's still got that dumb confidence that she could probably.
I mean, the only people she's lost to are Rockwell, Pennington, Amanda Nunes, Ronda Rousey, Kat Zingano. Like, it was some savages, but she won at all her other fights. Gets Holly.
Like you said, everybody loses. Yeah, everybody loses in MMA, like we were saying. But yeah, so I'm gonna take Misha here off the pressure of wrestling, and I don't think that Lauren really has it in her right now, and I think a potential retirement is honestly up here because like she's been holding that 3 spot for a while. I do not think she's a
no,
I don't.
I don't agree. I don't think so either.
So Misha, I'm gonna go by decision. What you taking?
Take Misha by decision.
Like that. All right. Oh man. All right. So actually, that whole fight of the night thing could just completely be erased by this next fight. We got Shane Hurricane Burgos versus Charles Air Jourdain.
Roar.
Man. War. What are you thinking?
This is going to be a good fight. Personally, something's telling me Charles Jourdain. And he's the underdog here. He's plus 135 on my book. I like Hurricane Shane. I think that Shane is a monster. I think
he's been going.
Yeah, Josh Emmett Barbosa.
Sure. What is his lat?
Billy Q. He just
Charles, right?
came off a win against, and then now it's Charles. I think that Charles. I like Charles in this fight. Honestly, I think all the people Charles has lost to are like really good. Except this Des Green person, I don't know who that is. But other than that,
I like Charles just because from what
kicks,
every time I see
punches.
Charles get in the octagon. Well, every time I see Charles get in the octagon, I feel like he rapidly improves. Like I see like something new every time from Charles.
I mean, Charles can pull out a submission. He can pull out jump flying kicks. He can.
That was not what that last fight that he had where he got in the submission. Where he rolled,
that was sweet.
The dude's pants fell down. Like, it was sweet. It was like I was like, damn. Like, I did not expect Charles to even attempt.
Yeah, he's a knockout artist usually.
And yeah, he's a knockout artist usually. So like when I see stuff like that, he's also not afraid to try stuff in the octagon. So I think Charles is a really good fighter. I think he's on his way up to the top 15. He deserves to be in the top 15. And I'm gonna take Charles here. I'm honestly might take Charles by knockout because I've seen Shane get clipped. I like that prop a lot. Charles by knockout, round two.
I like
maybe
that.
Charles by knockout.
I think I'm gonna take Charles by knockout also because I think Shane is gonna come forward with pressure and try to like fight with Charles, but I think Charles is gonna be too technical. If anything, yeah.
His footwork's great. His footwork's great. He always he always has his back to the center of the octagon. Doesn't usually get pressured a lot. So that will be a big key. Can Shane pressure Charles? If Shane can pressure Charles and force him up, I think Shane has more power in his hands than Charles does. But if Charles can keep him at length and use those kicks, like you said, I'm taking Charles 100%. And like I said, I think Charles does have enough to knock him out as well. So.
If you don't trust the side, I just say pick the under 2.5. I think that's a good amount of rounds.
I think this also could be a good technical.
No, it could. Oh yeah,
decision.
definitely could. But I'm just going my gut's telling me that Charles finishes his opponents or gets finished. So exactly, or he's going to give it all, his all. to try to finish him and then get finished or some shit. So
I like it. I like that a lot. That's a good underdog for the night. That could potentially be best underdog for the night easily for me. All right, who we got next? Ooh.
Who is it? Let me see.
Match now.
Sumadarji. Tibetan Eagle.
Yep.
Versus Danger.
I like Matt Schnell so much. I'm done falling into the trap of Matt Schnell. Done. I'm done. He either finishes somebody round one or he gets finished, and he puts himself in some stupid situations. But I really like his game, so I know what he's capable of. It's just like, bro, there was like 2 years of there where his fights just got canceled.
Yeah.
Like, he was just inactive. And he comes back and he gets finished by Brandon Royval. Even though that fight was pretty insane, I don't know if you remember it, for like the first little bit, there was some pretty wild exchanges back and forth, like between the two, and some crazy rolls. So I'm just gonna take the Tibetan Eagle right here. I don't know. I'm gonna take it under. What's the under 2.5? Guessing for this fight. I'm gonna take the under 2.5 and hammer that probably because I don't see Matt Schnell in his past, I think 4 years, 5 years.
2 years.
Maybe check me on this.
All right, wait. What are you saying?
What 5 years? I think he hasn't had a fight go out of the first round. 4 years, something like that.
He had one in, he lost decision in 2021.
Okay,
and then he won a decision against Tyson Am in 2021.
But besides...
He also,
Okay, so he was kind of active in 2021. I thought the Tyson
It did in 2020.
Twice.
And then he fought in 20.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking... But
like, Alex Perez got canceled 4 times.
Fights, he usually doesn't... Outside of those 2 fights, I don't think it usually goes out of the first round with Matt Schnell. So I'm going to hammer somebody that I know can knock him out and finish him in under 2.5. Or he's going to get some crazy shit and knock the Tibetan Eagle out. Matt Schnell, I do not like these odds, though. I do think it should be closer.
I don't really have, honestly, much to say about this fight. I'm going to take the Tibetan Eagle. I just think he's going to get it done. He could potentially finish Matt Schnell. Give me a Tibetan Eagle. Like I said, I'm just keep it short on that one.
All right, that's cool. Who we got moving on to the next fight?
Li Jingliang.
We have the Leech versus the
Muslim Salikov.
King. Muslim Salikov. What? You want to say
sure. So, it's a great fight. Obviously, we got the Leech coming in as an underdog. The Leech just fought Hamzat. It's a hard fight for him. He fought Hamzat, Neil Magny. It looks like his losses are to Hamzat, Neil Magny, Jake Matthews. I think that the Leech, honestly, was an up-and-comer. He's one of the few Chinese fighters, I think, that actually kind of get the concept all the way of, like, winning the fight.
He gets it.
He has power in his hands. I think that's where he relies the most is his punching and his power. And he likes to just storm people and just try to knock them out. I really think that matches well with the King of Kung Fu just because I think it plays into his field a little more. He's going to want to strike with Lee. And I think he may be more technical than Lee, honestly. He's 38 years old.
That's what.
Yeah.
But he's 18-2, and he doesn't. And he's been in the UFC a while.
Lee's gonna come with power.
Has he lost? Has he lost?
Yeah,
in the
he
UFC?
lost in 2017. That was it. That's the only loss he's had.
That's 4 years.
I think this is probably one of his most his biggest opponents, other than Zaleski Capoeira, that Muslim Salikov is fighting. I think that, like I said, I think he's going to be too technical. I think his striking is better, and I think he's just going to play it smarter than Lee, who's going to probably storm in and try to look for the knockout. Give me Give me Muslim Salikov right now. Potentially going into decision.
All right. Well, I've been thinking on this fight a little bit too. Like you said, I think the technical edge goes to Muslim. I think he is the more technical striker here. But I'm going to rely I'm going to take Leach. And here's why. Like, I think Leach he's definitely a more physical specimen than, I think we just forget Leach just got dominated by Hamzat. Like, that dude is obviously a top contender in the division, and he shouldn't have even been fighting him. Right, like that was a mistake. But I do think Leach, like you said, he gets it. He knows how to win. I think he'll initiate the clinch. I think he'll press him up against the cage. I think his body is he's more in shape than Muslim. I think he can also wrestle Muslim if he chooses to do so. So, and you said like it matches up well for him. You think he's going to stand. So if Leach doesn't get his leg tore up or something like that, I think he honestly has a good chance of kind of picking where the fight wants to be, and I think that's a big advantage to a lot of fighters. So I'm going to take Leach here, also potentially Leach by knockout, because like you said, that power. But I'm just going to take Leach by decision just to kind of box with him and either make it a dirty fight or possibly wrestle him too. I think because I know that this guy is very, very technical in the stand-up game. So I'm going to take Leach here, and I'm going to shoot at an underdog because I do think that Leach could do it. I think he has the tools to do it.
I like that.
Against him.
I like that.
We got a return here. We got the Karate Hottie coming back. Bro, have you seen a picture of her lately? Dude, she is jacked.
Really?
Like, she is jacked now.
Yeah.
Like, from what she used to look like, she is jacked.
I believe you.
I don't think this line is.
Let me see the line. Minus 330 Lemos, plus 255 Michelle.
I don't think that line's where it should be, to be honest. Michelle's had some rough performances on her last, but she wants to come back for a reason, and I know Lemos is a savage. Lemos could do it. But I don't think the line's where it should be.
That's way too high.
Straight, I might take Michelle. If anything's straight, I might take Michelle. But I do also maybe like for Michelle to end up getting put on the ground and Lemos to submit her. I think Lemos can easily submit her. I don't know if Michelle's necessarily going to put herself in danger of getting knocked out by Lemos. So maybe a sprinkle on a prop of Lemos by submission. My official pick, probably like I said, is going to be Lemos, but I don't like the odds. So anything I bet straight on this fight, I'm probably going to put Michelle. Lemos might be like a parlay piece just to add a little bit of money. So official pick, I'm going to go Lemos by submission.
I like that. I think that this is a good matchup. I just think that Michelle is maybe a little bit just not in her prime anymore. She's 36, you know. She's training at Jackson Wink, and she had some tough fights her last fights, but I just think that Lemos possibly will submit the Karate Hottie, which is making me lean to the under 2.5 in this fight. And you're getting it at a good price at plus 180. I just think that Lemos is going to be too much for her. I think Karate's going to come out hard at first, but especially when it gets to that ground, I just don't know. Yeah, she's yoked. No, she's yoked.
Bro, that's a new
She's
picture.
yoked. She got yoked.
She's big. She's big.
But like I said,
big, so.
just let me sprinkle the under.
Another thing that comes with that is
it's going to it might tire it out.
Muscle. Does she know how to carry all that muscle? Yeah, it might tire her out.
Yeah, am I some Lemos huge fan? No, but I just I'm just going right now on athleticism, the younger fighter, even though she's only a year younger, and the fresher fighter.
I do feel like Lauren Murphy and Misha Tate should have been the co-main, and this should have been the first fight on the main
I agree.
I don't know.
I guess Michelle Watterson has a better more of an 8, maybe.
Sean Shelby and Dana White, if you're ever listening to this, we got you.
We used to have some fire
We will
fights.
put on some cards for you. Like that. And I don't know if you purposely do this to us, but like some of these guys that are begging to fight, like you got to let them fight. Like let Nate Diaz fight.
He's begging.
Let Nate Diaz fight. Everybody would love to see Nate Diaz fight. He won't fight anybody. He said he's going to fight Francis. Come on, let him fight. Yeah, but come on, let him fight. All right, so that was the co-main. Now let's get to the main event. I'm super excited for this one. I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you kick it off on this main event, just because I know you love both of these guys.
Two great fighters. Got a good 5-round main event. T City here. We saw his last fight. Who is he coming off of? I think it was Volk. He put up a great fight against Volk. One of the closest I think Volk has ever been in, in terms again finish.
Besides those first two Max fights, the first two Max fights, I'd say were the closest fights Volk's had. But finish-wise,
I think that. Do I think T City's hands are above Yair, or do I think his striking is better than Yair's? No, I don't think T City can touch Yair's striking. This line is just close enough for me to want to take a stab on Yair. I like Yair standing up. T City is going to have to take him on the ground, but I think in our last fight we saw Yair come out pretty hard. It was against Max. It was a good fight, and I thought that he came out in that fight actually looking really good, and I think he just started to fade throughout the fight. Yeah, no
ring rush from Yair. I did not see any. I thought that he fought Max about his best.
And it was great. Who's fighting Max standing up like that and taking him to decision, and where he's like I said, and Yair won a round or two, I think.
Besides Volk. Yeah. So this is, I tweeted out from the podcast the other day, just kind of a question, and I think you're going to think about this similar with me on it in the terms of the mindset. Me and you both agree that if Brian gets him down on the ground, that it's going to be Brian's world, right? Will Brian shoot for a takedown?
I don't see it. I see him. He has to pull guard, or he has to.
That's what he's like a scramble like that, and that's honestly where I'm coming into problems. I think Brian has all the tools to do it, but I don't think.
He's not a wrestler. He's a jiu-jitsu.
He's not a wrestler. And he likes to stand up. When he fought Volk, we said the same thing. I think if Brian gets anybody on the ground, it's a problem. But how do you get there? He literally was getting stat guarded and beat on the ground. He got beaten to the ground.
He didn't take Volk down.
And that's how he usually gets to the ground. Or he'll get you in a clinch and he'll throw up a freaking flying guillotine, something crazy like that, and he can do all that stuff. But do you think Yair is going to, one, be able to avoid? Because I don't see him ankle picking Yair. I don't see him tripping Yair. And I honestly don't see him pressing Yair up against the gate and trying to work him down like a Khabib or like a wrestler would. So in terms of that, my head right now, until I see something different from T City, it's leaning towards Yair, because I don't think he can compete with Yair on the hands, and he could prove me wrong. But T City needs to start figuring out a way to get fighters to the ground more and utilize that BJJ, because once you get down there, it's a problem. You better not shoot on T City, because you know what's going to happen. He'll get you in a submission, he'll lock you up, and there's nothing you can do. But when he's the one that has to force the action to the ground, and they know that, I don't think he shoots very much. And that's kind of where I'm thinking right now. I like Yair by decision just because T City's very durable, but I also think Yair could finish him off the hands if T City's not careful. Now, he showed a lot of improvements to me in his striking against the Zombie, but against Volk, he didn't look too good on the hands, and Zombie in his last fight did not look good against Volk either. So I'm going to take Yair here. I'm going to take him by decision just because off the fact that I don't see T City shooting for takedowns like he should. Now, like I said, if he gets him on the ground in a prop, whenever Brian Ortega is fighting, should be Brian Ortega by submission. That should always be maybe a prop that you should sprinkle whenever he's fighting. But I don't see him taking him.
And that's his only path to victory, honestly, in my eyes, is a submission. So, I feel you on that. Plus 140, you got airframe in my book.
So that's what I'm saying. I truly think that if Brian Ortega had the wrestling, I just don't think that's in his game to want to take you down. It's kind of like Tony. Tony, when you got him down in his earlier days, he just wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't going to initiate the takedown. He wanted to stand with you, and then if he got to the ground, fine, and he'll stay there with you, and he'll submit you on the ground, and he's very dangerous. But does he actually have that will in him to take him down and be like, all right, I'm going to put effort into dragging him to the ground?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I agree.
He's going to do that. All right, so that's the Wednesday preview for this fight. I appreciate you guys bearing with us. Sorry for the long layover. The Wi-Fi in our hotel was just so bad. We could not get a video up. We could not even record to edit, do nothing. So I appreciate you with us. We'll be back on our Wednesday, Friday schedule. Make sure to subscribe to the Patreon. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll have all of our socials in the description again. But like I said, we appreciate the support. And, keep following. And I will see you guys outside the cage on Friday.
Like and subscribe. Please.
Yeah, like and subscribe, please. All right. And then we got, like I said, a lot of money.